The more you reveal your pain, the more people may want to hurt you. While this doesn't always happen, it's common for some individuals to take pleasure in seeing you suffer or even contribute to its occurrence or intensification. This behavior of sadism and envy, unfortunately, is present in many, and can indeed hinder your personal growth in various aspects of life, whether at work, in a circle of friends, or even within the family. Therefore, learning not to show your weakness can end up becoming your strength. Imagine yourself as a tree in the midst of a storm. The leaves may tremble and the branches may sway, but the trunk remains solid, deeply rooted in the earth. This is the portrait of the silent resilience that we are going to teach here. Let's talk about how you can be even stronger by showing that you are not easily affected by external or internal issues. Each challenge teaches you to be like the tree, acting as if nothing bothers you. You're not denying the storm, but choosing not to let the rain soak you in the wind. Knock you down by doing this. You will be learning to be the master of your own destiny, firm, strong, and serene in a sea of chaos. Principle 1. Listening out the intriguing duality of our senses. A wise gift from Mother Nature. Ever wondered why she bestowed upon us 2 ears but only 1 mouth? In the words of Epictetus, this is not mere chance or coincidence, but a meticulously laid out purpose, so that we do not fall too much in love with our own voice, but enchant ourselves with the discourse of others. It's as if wisdom is whispering in every detail of our biological design. Listen twice as much as you. Speak a value lesson often forgotten amid the constant noise of our own words. Imag for a moment the possibilities that unfold when we allow ourselves to absorb. The narrative is dancing around us. It is through the echo of others' voices that we find new perspectives, learn unexpected lessons, and expand the boundaries of our understanding. Therefore, from this moment onward, challenge yourself to tune in more to the symphonies of others and less to the monotonous repetition of your own discourse. Let the stories of those around you become the captivating chapter of the book of your life in the world, where everyone longs to be heard. Become someone who genuinely listens, for it is in the art of listening that we discover the magic of empathy, build bridges between hearts, and unravel the secrets of true connection. So let these words resonate not only in your ears, but in your soul. Allow yourself to be a curious explorer in the vast ocean of human stories. After all, true wisdom is revealed when we learn to appreciate the richness of voices that fill the fabric of existence. Principle 2. Be prepared to fail, for it is the only way to progress. How often do we contort ourselves to avoid being labeled as fools, as if the simple act of being considered naive were the antithesis of success? But here, within the line of Epictetus's philosophy, emerges a perspective. The challenges this conventional narrative, the Stoic sage, invites us to rethink our relationship with folly, suggesting that perhaps being labeled as a fool is a disguised gift, a gift that paradoxically carries with it the seeds of growth both personally and professionally, in a world that often pressures us to display only our most polished and perfect face. Epictetus reminds us of the inherent beauty in the process of being seen as fools. He guides us through a philosophical terrain where true mastery isn't achieved through an instant reaction, but rather through a persistent journey of trial and error. For it is in the terrain of error that we discover the hidden pearls of learning. Each misstep, far from being an indelible stain, is in fact a valuable brick in constructing our journey toward excellence. May Epictetus' perspective serve as a beacon, illuminating the path where folly is not a setback but an invitation to evolve, for it is in accepting the label of fool that we find the courage to embrace our imperfections, understanding that it is through them that we truly become extraordinary. Principle 3. Be aware of the dangers of fortune. Our journey in search of prosperity often leads us through winding roads where the gleam of gold contrasts with the shadows forming around us. Wealth desired by many reveals itself as a double-edged sword, capable of cutting not only the ties of necessity but also the bonds that unite souls. The truth is that as we soar higher in pursuit of the coveted treasure, we also uncover treacherous ground where greed lurks behind the gleam of shining coins. It's not just the fear of those who try to exploit us, it's the inherent risk of losing ourselves in the mirage of a life that paradoxically can spiritually impoverish us as we accumulate wealth. Inadvertently, we become the target of hungry eyes, eager to share in our privileges. False friendship sprout like weeds in a garden, and discerning sincerity becomes a challenging task. Money, like a shadowy alchemist, molds people in its image and likeness, often turning noble hearts into something less worthy. It's not just the material value that accumulates in our hands, but also the responsibility of managing this fortune without it turning into a poison that corrodes our essence. Wealth in itself is not a sin, but the way we embrace it can determine whether we will be the masters or the slaves of this golden blessing. It is crucial to remember that even amid the clamor of coins, true wealth lies in integrity, empathy, and gratitude. Breaking free from the chains of rampant materialism is the challenge presented to all who seek prosperity. After all, true fortune is not only in overflowing coffers, but in the richness of a well-lived life permeated by values that withstand the test of time. Thus, in our quest for treasures, may we tread the path of conscious abundance, where each step brings us closer, not only to material opulence, but to the true wealth that emanates from the human heart. May our journey be guided by wisdom, so that upon reaching the pinnacle of prosperity, we can take pride not only in the fortune we have built, but in the nobility of character preserved along the way. Principle for hope in a vast world full of possibilities. We are blessed with the gift of diversity, enveloped by the intricate webs of destiny. We realize that hope, like a burning spark, does not need to be confined to a single horizon. Epictetus, the wise philosopher, whispers words of wisdom that echo through the centuries, urging us to cultivate not just one dream, but a garden of possibilities clinging to a single. Hope is like entrusting all our seeds to one soil, ignoring the vast fields that stretch before us. Diversity is the essence of life, and just as nature unfolds in a symphony of colors and forms, our dreams can also blossom in multiple directions. The pursuit of various horizons enriches us, expanding our perspectives and providing a range of opportunities. Epictetus, with his timeless wisdom, reminds us that diversity is not merely a luxury, but a wise strategy. Pursuing many dreams does not dilute our energies, but on the contrary, amplifies them. Each dream, like a shining star, contributes to the constellation of our journey, illuminating different facets of our potential inner world, constantly changing. Placing all our hopes in a single dream is like tying our aspirations to a single mast, subject to the stormy whims of life. The diversity of dream not only offers us a safety net, but also enriches the tapestry of our existence, weaving diverse experiences and valuable lessons. Therefore, like fearless navigators in uncertain seas, let us heed Epictetus's advice. Set the sails of your dreams in various directions. For each explored path is an opportunity for growth. By pursuing many dreams, we not only increase our chances of success, but also embrace the richness that lies in life's multifaceted journey. May the diversity of our dreams be the force that propels us to sail through the uncharted seas of personal fulfillment. Guided by the hope that flourishes on every horizon, we choose to explore. Principle 5. Death. Always remember that death awaits us at the end of the road. This is not advice calling us to pessimism, but to be aware that death is the ultimate destination of all our actions, especially our efforts. Once we have this in mind, perhaps we begin to evaluate to what extent it's worth spending 20 years of our limited life, saving to pay for a house that, as burdensome as it may be, we cannot take wherever we go when death visits us, just as we carry in our bag. Objects we consider indispensable for our daily life, such as the phone, credit cards, and our toothbrush. It would benefit us greatly to carry a small notebook with these Stoic principles. Thanks to them, we will no longer see setbacks as misfortunes or life as an internal time we have at our disposal. Instead, we will gain a more realistic view of our existence and certainly make better use of our time alive principle. 6. Wealth. True. Wealth resides in the serenity of a fulfilled spirit. Inspired by the Stoicism of Epictetus, we are invited to unravel his unique vision of happiness. Allow me to guide you through a labyrinth of thoughts where one of this philosopher's emblematic phrases subtly echoes a wise man. Is he who does not concern himself with what he lacks, but rejoices in what he has in this journey. We unveil not only a reflection, but wise counsel to transcend the restlessness that often fails us in the face of yet unattained riches. In a world where dissatisfaction is woven into the threads of daily life, Epictetus urges us to embrace gratitude for the present, to weave joy from what is already ours. Every word of this thinker resonates as an invitation to strip ourselves of the habit of lamenting what udes us, and instead embrace the fullness of what is already with us in the emerald dance of time. Each lament is a lost beat, a moment of happiness that dissipates as we sink into worry about what we have not achieved. Thus we, are challenged to become architects of our own emotional fortune, building it with the bricks of gratitude and cementing it with genuine joy. For as we plunge into the waters of appreciation, we discover that what we already possess is vast, surpassing the narrow borders that our eyes sometimes hesitate to see. Principle 7, humility. Incorporate humility into your life. If you truly want to learn something, it is essential that a person learns what they think they already know through this statement. Epictetus calls us to make use of our humility, especially in the realm of learning, going through life, flaunting the pride of knowledge, distances us further from genuine knowledge that arises from the conviction that we are completely ignorant about what we intend to learn. In this way, we will look at everything with the eyes of a child, harboring both the capacity for wonder and the desire to learn. Principle 8, guilt responsibility. Often a neglected alley is a boundary that separates visionaries from the resigned, in a world where guilt dances like a persistent shadow. Those who see theaters, folly stand out as architects of their own narrative. Epictetus, with his sharp insight, planted the seed of understanding. Guilt us with a plague can be tombed by wise minds in our everyday scenario. Guilt paints 3 distinct portraits. There are those with narrow minds, pointing accusatory fingers, transferring responsibility like playing a word game for them. Guilt is a dance of the guilty, an endless choreography of accusations on the other side. We find the common ones engaging in the dance of self-condemnation, dancing to the melody of self-pity. However, the wise arise like beacons amid the darkness of guilt. They see beyond the dance, beyond the shadows, recognizing the intrinsic foolishness in carrying the burden of guilt. For them, true victory lies in refusing to participate in this vicious game. Modern therapists, disciples of Epictetus's teachings, have unraveled guilt as an unwanted intruder in our mental garden, a plague to be eradicated, a weed to be pulled out by the root. The key to overcoming this competition is to refuse to play, resist the easy temptation to blame others or oneself. Guilt, like a cunning adversary, loses its power when deprived of the attention it craves. However, resisting this temptation is not a smooth path. Blaming others or oneself offers an apparently easy escape, a quick way to shirk the responsibility of correcting mistakes. True resilience, however, lies in those propelled by unwavering determination, capable of facing the storm of guilt and still emerging as captains of their own destiny. So while guilt dances its seductive dance, the wise, armed with Epictetus's wisdom, refuse to be mere spectators. Instead, they choose responsibility as their preferred dance, a choreography of self-mastery and personal growth on the stage of life, where the shadows of guilt seek to infiltrate. True light shines in those who, instead of playing the blame game, choose to write their own story of overcoming and responsibility. Principle 9 forms alliances with winners. It's curious how, when someone sneezes near us, we immediately step back, invaded by the fear that they might infect us. However, we're not so cautious to avoid one of the most lethal contagion to which we are exposed. Daily Epictetus left us wise advice on this: surround ourselves with people who inspire us to be our best, because people's behavior greatly influences our state of mind. That there are people who drain our energy and ruin our day, while others leave us full of joy and vigor. Therefore, one of the smartest decisions we can make is to ally ourselves with those who bring positive vibes into our lives, while saying goodbye to those who have the ability to make us regret being born. Principle 10. Never forget that your reactions shape your destiny. We should not take our reactions lightly, as they mark our success or failure. Epictetus was very categorical about this. He taught us that we don't have the ability to choose what happens, but we do have control over how we deal with it. Misfortune can befall anyone, but it's what we do from its RA onward that will make the difference. For some people, a divorce may mean entering the world of depression and victimization. In contrast, for Epictetus, it is a golden opportunity to start the path of self-discovery. Remember that your life is not what happens to you, but what you make of it. Principle 11. Take control of your life in a world where words often turn into invisible weapons. Epictetus offers us a valuable perspective, an antidote against emotional contamination. Imagine yourself on the stage of life where words are act as ready to play their roles. When we allow the comments and attitudes of others to reach our core, we are in a way granting them the lead role in our narrative. Epictetus, a wise Stoic philosopher, invites us to deep reflection on the control we give others over our emotions. He whispers that by allowing ourselves to be irritated, we become puppets in the hands of those who would otherwise be mere supporting characters in our story. The mastery of our own life is called into question when we hand the baton to those who disturb us as a skilled craftsman of metaphors. Epictetus carves out the idea of internal keys. They are the ones that unlock the gates of happiness or open the dark doors of emotional ruin. According to his perspective, we are custodians of these keys, and it is our conscious choice which one we offer to others. Each word thrown at us is just noise until we decide whether it will resonate or fade into emptiness. Considering irritation as a symptom of a poorly chosen key, Epictetus gifts us with the cure, establishing an emotional barrier. It's like erecting an internal fortress that protects against the poison darts of others. Understanding that each person is the guardian of their words, and simultaneously of what we choose to absorb, we gain a shield against unwanted impacts in this philosophical narrative. We are challenged to take the lead in our emotions in a performance where script lines can be cut or rewritten. The message is clear. We are the directors of our own story. Epictetus, as a playwright of the soul, invites us to stage life with mastery, to play our roles without being hostages to others' scripts thus, while the words of others may echo in the theater of existence. It is up to us to decide whether they will be mere whispers in the wind or thunderous roars. On this stage of life, mastery lies in being the conductor of one's own emotional symphony, conducting it with the serenity that comes from a profound understanding that true freedom lies in not allowing others to control the threads of our reactions. Principle 12. Stop worrying about what is beyond your control. In a universe filled with challenges and surprises, we are the architects of our opinions, but mere witnesses to the construction of our reputation, the longing for excellence. Diligence in pursuing our goals are undoubtedly fertile lands under our tutelage, however, luck and success as fickle as the morning breeze. Escape our control dancing to the rhythm of destiny. Epictetus, a wise Stoic, invites us to sow the values we can cultivate to polish the rare jewel of our own conduct. However, wisdom also lies in letting go of what is beyond our grasp, allowing the course of destiny to unfold in this intricate game of life where the pieces move with their own logic. The anguish we dedicate to the uncontrollable is nothing more than a conscious choice to waste precious minutes of our emerald time Stoic precepts. Beyond pragmatic guidance for everyday life, take on the aura of a lighthouse in storms, illuminating the path with the light of resilience and interest. Stoic philosophy, devoid of reveries, demands the practical application of acquired knowledge, urging us to advance even in the most arid terrains of existence. Thus, by internalizing the principle of not worrying about the uncontrollable, we not only embrace serenity in adverse moments, but also build a fortress of wisdom and discernment, a fortress that empowers us not only to understand, but to appreciate the challenging chapters of our journey, turning challenges into opportunities for growth and learning. In this way, as we let the wind of destiny blow over the sails of our being, we do not resign ourselves, but navigate with the fearless determination of those who understand that the greatness of life lies in the balanced dance between our will and the unpredictability of the universe. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you are new to the channel, please don't forget to subscribe. With this simple gesture, you'll be supporting us and helping create more valuable content like this. See you soon.